made the block. Came with the big weight. Came with the big weight. I jumped out. Started shooting.
Ooh, what's going on? Witty P dropping in one time, and I definitely want to do a reaction to rapper Yo Gotti. Yes, it's not looking good for Yo Gotti, who, you know, he had an extended beef with R.I.P. Young Dolph, rapper Young Dolph, who was gunned down in 2021, and Yo Gotti brother Big Jook is actually the one that put out the hit. Come to find out, he was the one that put out the hit, Big Jook, and he's a part of, you know, Yo Gotti's label, CMG, you know, Collective Music Group. And Big Jook, he was gunned down in 2024, you know, January this year. He was gunned down, you know, early this year by, you know, Young Dolph associates. You know, it's street beef, it's street violence. And it got real because Young Dolph, when he got gunned down, oh, his people spent the block for him, for sure. They spent the block for him. They took down a couple people, you know, that was affiliated, associated with, you know, Yo Gotti's camp, you know, CMG. They spent the block for Young Dolph. They definitely did. And Young Dolph, he didn't want to sign with Yo Gotti. That's how this beef started. He didn't want to sign with Yo Gotti, and you know, they traded shots back and forth. And one of Yo Gotti's artists, Black Youngster, he took on the beef with you know, Young Dolph, and it got crazy. It got crazy in 2017. Young Dolph, he was, you know, tried to get him gunned down in, I want to say, was it North Carolina? I want to say they tried to gun down Young Dolph. He was in his vehicle, 100 shots, you know, and it was rumors that came from, you know, Yo Gotti's camp. And everybody's snitching right now. Everybody is snitching right now, and that's how it's come across that Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, actually put out the hit, you know, on Young Dolph, $100,000. And what's crazy, the man who, you know, assassinated Young Dolph, they didn't even get $100,000. They got $800. Yes. And there was 3 people a part of this. Hernandez Govan, Justin Johnson, and Cornelius Smith. Yes, they were all part of this. Hernandez Govan, he was part of the, you know, he was part of the setup with Big Jook. You know, I'm gonna give you some more context from localmemphis.com. Yeah, they didn't even get $100,000. They got $800. That's not even most of our rent. Let's be real. You know, you live by yourself. That's not most. Come on, man. Come on. That's not even your rent. Your rent is more than that. You know. Big Jook, whose real name was Anthony Mims, was the brother of Memphis music mogul Yo Gotti, who founded the label Collective Music Group, CMG, also known as Cocaine Music Group, according to Deputy District Attorney Paul Hagerman's statement. Memphis police said 47-year-old Mims was killed about 4:15 p.m. on January 13, 2024, after a shooting near Penargon's Restaurant and Event Center on Winchester Road. A second person was also injured in the shooting. Police said Mims and the other victim were attending a repast or meal shared by the family and friends of a deceased person, typically held after a funeral service. Okay. You know, they went to trial for this. You know, not for, you know, Big Jook's murder, but Young Dolph's murder. Claims at Johnson's trial. During opening statements in Johnson's trial for Dolph's murder, Deputy DA Hagerman said Dolph had been trying to make it on his own and help other artists under label Paper Route Empire. Hagerman said Dolph had rejected those at CMG who wanted him on their label. Hagerman said Dolph had diss tracks against CMG and claimed CMG made threats against Dolph after those tracks. The deputy DA claimed Big Jook placed $100,000 reward for Dolph's murder, and that Johnson, who goes by the rap name Straight Drop, hoped for a rap fame for carrying out the job. Another man, Hernandez Govan, is also accused of ordering the hit on Dolph. Hagerman said Govan would try to identify young rappers to shop CMG. The deputy DA claimed Johnson and another man charged in a murder, Cornelius Smith, were not well acquainted, knowing each other only through the rap scene. Smith testifies against Johnson, saying the two of them shot Dolph at Macadamia Cookies on Airways Boulevard on November 17, 2021. Smith claimed he met with Big Jook and Govan about the shooting and that Govan paired him and Johnson together for the hit. Smith testifies that after the shooting, he talked with Govan about $10,000 each for he and Johnson for the hit. In the end, Smith said he got only $800 for his arrest before his arrest in January of 2022. Yeah, so everybody snitching, everybody talking now. So you know what that means? Somehow they're gonna try to say Yo Gotti was affiliated with this because of his extended beef with Young Dolph. Just how they pass it down from Govan, they pass it down to Big Jook. Let's see if Gotti, he lowered it up, see if he ready for this, he planned for this, because, they're gonna try to trace him next to this, connect him next to this. Want to be real. This beef got real. This beef was, yeah, it went to the streets. It got real. And I like Dolph. I like Gotti. I like some of Gotti's tracks too. I like Dolph though. Dolph had his swag on the tracks. Keep it real with your dog no matter what. Same bitch she said she love you, she'll set you up. But yeah, Dolph, man, glad he gets some justice for this, for sure. But it's not looking good for Yo Gotti because once, he's his brother, they all in the same music group. Eventually they're gonna go for the king. They're gonna say, it's just like you dealing drugs. Just like you dealing drugs. Eventually they gonna get the main plug. Cause everybody gonna talk. Everybody gonna talk and wanna know where you getting this from, where did this really come from? So Justin Johnson, Cornelius Smith, they talking. So not looking good for Yo Gotti if you ask me, just if you know how this shit works. How shit get traced back. This is real. But let me know what y'all think about this. Young Dolph getting some justice, for being gunned down in 2021. But him and Gotti had a long beef. Beef got real. But let me know what y'all think. Comment, like, subscribe. Let's pick up, share the video. If you're entertaining, hit that cash app. It should be crazy. We are.